The brother said, matters that does not concern you means matters that you cannot control. You cannot control. You won't be able to give an outcome. Anyone else? Yes, brother, try. So this brother says the matters that does not concern you means private matters, like things between me and my wife. It does not concern you, right? Me and my families does not concern you. Anyone else? Anyone else has definitions of matters that do not concern you? No. Everyone understand? MashaAllah. Oh, yes, brother. Yes. Being inquisitive. It's like gossip. Like you want to know everything. All right. But it's none of your business. Matters that do not concern you is a matter that you can do something about it, but it will not benefit you. And it will not benefit the other person as well. But you can do something about it. You can put your feet into, you can do something. That is matters that do not concern you. That you can do, but it will not benefit you. And you will not benefit the other person, the other side. That is the matters that you should leave it. Because like this brother said, if something that I cannot help, then that's not something, that is something actually, but it's not something that does not concern you. But it's something that you can do, You can actually do something about it. But it will not benefit you. And it will not benefit the other person. Like what? Like exactly like this brother just asked and this brother just talked about. Like you ask about, hey, how's your relationship between you and your mother-in-law? How is that? How is that benefiting you? How is that benefiting them? Unless he comes and asks for advice, right? Yes, brother, you have a comment. Sorry? Yes. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Doesn't concern you. Correct. Doesn't concern you. Yeah. Exactly. So, unless he comes and asks for your opinion, right? Otherwise, why ask? Exactly like, how much you're making per month? How is that concerning you? How is that benefiting you? How is that benefiting this person? But you can ask. Things you can get into it. You see, you can disturb the life of others. And these are the matters. Why this hadith? Brother, the screen is off, brother. Assalamualaikum. Brother. Okay, anyway, the brothers. Stop it. Brother, the screen is off. But why this hadith is so important nowadays? Because really, we should mind our own business. Yeah. Especially online, the keyboard warriors, the rumors, the fake news. Oh, subhanallah. Many marriages affected because of people trying to help, quote unquote, when they have no right to, quote unquote, help, So really, this hadith, it's a great reminder for all of us. And if those who have attended last week's class, I shared a hadith as well. Anyone attended last week's class? No one. Subhanallah, no one. Sir. Oh, new student. Wow. What was the last week I shared, the hadith? Were you here? You were here, right? You forgot what the person who was declared people of paradise 3 times? He was minding his own business, right? He was not famous, right? We don't even know his name. Minding your own business is focus in what you're supposed to do in this world. Focus. Time is short. Time is short. Subhanallah. Seriously. Before you know it. Sorry? No, so the brother asked a very good question. Isn't this a bit selfish? No. No. Because selfish is leaving things that concern you. Leaving matters that concern you. If it concern you and you still don't care, this is selfish. But we leave things that does not concern us. Yeah. That's the difference. Yeah. So focus in what you want to do. Focus in what you need to achieve in this world. And leaving things that is has nothing to do with you. Very important. The Chinese has a famous saying, 聪明人三不管. The wise man, 3 things they don't care. This is the first thing. You want to know the next 2 things? Come to my class next week. I'll share the second don't, then the third don't. But it all relates. Islam has the value, even though the Chinese has the saying. The wise man, they will leave 3 things. Yeah. This is the first thing. 不管闲事. Yeah. You don't, you're leaving things that do not concern you. It's very, very important, especially nowadays. Yeah. Similarly, in Islam, we were taught also, if you're in a group, when people gossip, someone mentioned gossip just now, right? If you hear people gossiping, you should leave. Don't stay. Yeah, don't join and say, yeah. Leave. This is part of the good manners, good akhlaq that we should practice. We should amal means practice, do it. You will find yourself a better person. Living things that do not concern you. Otherwise, you just too many things. Nowadays, we are fed with informations. But the issues of Palestine is an issue that concerns us. Not just the Muslim. It's nothing to do with religion anymore. Concern the humanity. This is a humanity issues. Yep. So all of us should, if you cannot stop the war, you should at least pray for them. Yes, as a Muslim. By praying, perhaps Allah will stop the war, right? Raise awareness. Speak up. If you are given a platform, speak up. If you are being interviewed, speak up. If you are good at writing, write something. Use your social media and talk about it. If you are a blogger, write in your blog. Anything. If you know someone linked to the top, if you are close to Anwar Ibrahim, for example, talk to him. Yeah, you never know. There are someone who is very close to the politicians up there, right? You never know. So use whatever skills that you have. Yes, brother. True. Correct. Stop the by the helping them. Yeah. Very good. So the brother is very emotional. We should be very emotional. Yeah, so he's advocating boycott. Yeah, do whatever you can. Yeah, do whatever you can. That's what I'm saying. Matters that concern you, do whatever you can. Matters that do not concern you, leave it. That's part of your perfection of your deen, your religion. All right? Any questions before we move into our real topic of the day? Any questions? No questions. So I guess you guys have learned, huh? No questions. Very good. Okay. But I do have follow-up questions from last week, actually. Let me address them before we go into the topics. There was a follow-up questions given to me after last week topic, which is about korban, udhiyah. Let me see. The question was, it is a must to do korban. It is wajib. Is it wajib? So the question is it obligated to do korban? We talked about this actually last week. Korban is not, according to majority of the scholars, is not wajib. Yeah, it's just sunnah mu'akkad. Sunnah mu'akkad means highly recommended sunnah that you should do, highly recommended deeds that you should not leave it. You know, though some of the scholar actually says if you have the means to do it, but you still don't want to do it, that is something frowned upon. Yeah, you should at least do it. Yeah. How to perform korban? How to perform korban? How to perform korban? We sacrifice from among the cattle. So among three types of animals: the camels, the cows, the sheep, or the goat. Yeah, sheep or goat is the one category. So the cow, the camel and the cow, you can share. You can share by 7 portions. Goat cannot be shared. Goat is one goat. So how do you sacrifice? Yep. And how do you do it? You can either do it yourself after Salatul Eid, or you can get someone else to do it for you. If you don't know how to slaughter. Yep. So in Malaysia, we pay money only. Yeah, you pay and then someone will just do it. So that's how you perform korban. Okay, so that's the follow-up questions. Any other follow-up questions that you have about korban before we move into the topic? Okay, so today, the topic for today. Today, the topic is about the first 10 days of Dhulhijjah. The question is, what's the significance of the first 10 days of Dhulhijjah? We are currently in the 11th month of Islamic calendar, and it's also called Dhul-Qa'idah. Dhulhijjah is the 12th month, which is after this. And today we are on the 16th, right? 16th or 17th of Dhul-Qa'idah. We are less than 2 weeks entering the first 10 days of Dhulhijjah. What's the significance of these first 10 days of Dhulhijjah, and why do we look forward to these first 10 days? The Prophet ﷺ, he told us that there is no deeds or no ibadah, no any good deeds performed in these first 10 days is more beloved to Allah than any other days. So these first 10 days are the best 10 days of the year. Best 10 days of the year. If you remember, we have just passed Ramadan in the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. We have the best 10 nights of the year, right? Yes or no? Yes, okay, very good. I thought I'm saying something wrong. We have the best 10 nights of the year in the last 10 nights of Ramadan. But the best 10 days of the year is the first 10 days, not the last 10 days. Huh? One is the last 10 days, last 10 nights of the year, and then you have the first 10 days of the year. Both are the best. Best 10 nights of the year, best 10 days of the year. Are you following? In the last 10 nights of the year, we have the best night of the year in it. What is it called? Sorry? Laylatul Qadr. Laylatul Qadr is in the last 10 nights of the year. Do we know which night? Do we know which night? We don't know. It's unknown. But we were told it's in the last 10 nights of the year. Following? Still following? In the first 10 days of the year, there is also the best day of the year. Which day is that? Anyone? There is a best day. Yes, brother. Yawm Ashura. Sorry? Yawm Ashura, I mean the 10th. The 10th is 8. No. Anyone else? The best day of the year. Yawm Arafah, which is on the which is on the 9th of Dhulhijjah. Write down, write down. Why? Because these are the best days, man. But is that known? That is known. One is unknown, one is known. Allah hide the best night of the year from us. But for the best day of the year, Allah tells us, Yawm Arafah, on the 9th of Dhulhijjah. So don't miss this, Don't miss this. It's like anyone have Shopee? You have Shopee? Anyone have Shopee? Why are you laughing? You don't have Shopee? Everyone has Shopee, right? Then they tell you, right? They tell you, May 25th we have mega sales. Everyone's like, ooh, put everything in a basket. So that you get the best deal, right? Same thing. The 9th of Dhulhijjah is the best day of the year. Mark in your calendar. Do a lot of things. Good things are, not the bad things. Because it's told. It's known. Laylatul Qadr is not known. He hide from you. You see the mercy of Allah? If you miss the last 10 nights, you miss Laylatul Qadr, He give you second chance. And this time, he tells you upfront which one is the best. As a true believer, you are given a second chance, and you are told which day is the best day. Oh, don't miss, right? Because human beings, Allah knows when He creates human beings. There are people who are the night people. They can wake up in the middle of the night easily. But there are those who are the day people. Are you following? Right? Like mothers who are breastfeeding, it's tough for them to get up in the middle of the night. I mean, maybe perhaps they are already woke, not sleeping anyway, taking care of the children. But they are given second chance, you see. Or perhaps you were sick during the last 10 nights of Ramadan. And then you get second chance. For whatever reason. So this is totally opposite. One is night, one is day. One is hidden, one is known. One is last, one is first. And in it, when you finish the last 10 nights of Ramadan, what do you get? You get to celebrate. You have Eid al-Fitr. Similarly here, the 10th day of Dhulhijjah, you have also Eid. Both also celebrate. You have two celebrations. Allah gave us two celebrations in a year. Two celebrations. So good. If you are married, just pick one. I go back to husband's kampung, Eid al-Fitri. Eid al-Adha, go back to wife's kampung. No need to fight. Chinese New Year difficult. Chinese New Year only once a year. They say, this year, go back to my place. Next year, go back to your place. We take turn. Oh, I want to go 2 times. I want to go back to your place. I also want to go back. Wow, one Penang, one Johor. Oh, travel up and down. Hari Raya, you have 2. Why fight? This one go Penang, next one go Johor. But still, people want to go both. And the way we celebrate Eid also different. The Prophet ﷺ, for Eid al-Fitri, he would eat first before he salah. The other one, Eid al-Adha, he would wait. He would salat first, then he eat. So the first 10 days, coming soon, less than 2 weeks, mark in your calendar. We will know. How do we know? Pay attention to your TV. Pay attention to your TV. This is the time you pay attention to your TV. They will the istana, the palace, they will announce. They will announce the date of Eid al-Adha. When they announce the date of Eid al-Adha, then you back calculate minus 10, then you know the first day of the Dhulhijjah will start. Okay? So mark in your calendar. So that's the first 10 days. Very important. So what do we do? What should we do? So what? Best 10 days. What should we do? Anyone? Fasting, the brother said. Fasting. First 10 days fast. Can we fast first the whole 10 days? No. The sister said no. Alamak. Why? Very good. Only 9 days you can fast. 10 already Raya, already Eid. We are prohibited to fast the day of Eid. The next 3 days also, because this Eid is a bigger Eid. Eid al-Akbar, a bigger Eid, bigger than the Eid al-Fitri. This Eid plus 3 days of Tashriq, Yawmul Tashriq. So 4 days. Oh. Eid al-Fitri, 1 day only. But Malaysia, we are different. Yawmut Tashriq is, okay. This brother asked, what is Yawmut Tashriq? Technically it's 11, 12, 13, all right? 11, 12, 13 of Dhulhijjah. Tashriq means actually you salai your daging. You hang your meat. The Prophet ﷺ said, Yawmut Tashriq, the 3 days, eat, drink, and remember Allah. That's all. That's all you do. Have fun, basically. But in the halal way. Yeah. Remember Allah. So the slaughtering, the korban, you can be done after Salat Eid, and then you can even extend for the Tashriq. Let's say you have a lot of animals you need to slaughter. And then you start distributing and have food and distributing to the poor and, sadaqah to the poor and the needy. And then you can celebrate your Eid. So fast the first 9 days, if you can, of course. If you can. Fast. Why? Because fasting is the best way to get closest to Allah. And Allah says, fasting is for me. I will reward my servant. You will not know your reward. The reward is not fixed. Fasting, yes, fast. 9 days, first 9 days. Compared to the last 10 night of Ramadan, do you fast? Opposite. Opposite. You don't fast, right? Ramadan night, you don't fast at night, right? Anyone fasting at night, Ramadan? Anyone? No one, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, night you don't fast. Even though you pray, but you drink, right? You drink, you eat. But the first 10 night, the last first 10 days, the 9 days, you fast. Again, it's opposite, right? Opposite from the last 10 night of Ramadan. So yes, fasting. If you can, fast. So it's important to mark your calendar. That's why I said, write down, jot down. What else can you do? What else? That's it. Sorry? Charity. Give. Yes. Give charity. Be generous. Spend for the sake of Allah. Help the poor. Help the needy. There are many platforms nowadays, right, that you can donate your money in peace. You don't have to worry about, is there any corruption? One of the good ones, Global Sadaqah, for example. Anyone know of Global Sadaqah? Right, very easy. Go to the website, just click. Look at the campaign that they have. Click, click, click. Transfer, transfer, transfer. Bismillah. Donate already. Very easy. And they plan out all the campaign they are doing, helping people around the world, even in Malaysia also. Right? There are many platforms. I just mentioned one of them. So donate to the trustworthy organization. If you want to give those people, yes, but make sure you investigate. Don't just give like that. Right? Of course, it's in your intention. They may scam you. But as a good Muslim, you should always check. Right? Make sure the money goes to the right channel. Right? Yes, of course, you will be rewarded for your intention. But we also want to make sure the money that we donate goes to the right person. Right? What else? Charity fasting. That's like the low-hanging fruits. Like by default you have to do. What else? Don't know what to do, huh? Sorry? Cannot hear you. Yeah, any good deeds, but we want specific. Any good deeds means what? Like what? Very good question. So the brother asked, is there any recommended salah that you can do during these first 10 days of Dhulhijjah? Not that we know of. Not that we know of. But if you are someone who only been praying the 5 times prayer, perhaps these are the first 10, in these first 10 days of Dhulhijjah, perhaps it's time for you to pick up some recommended salat, sunnah salat, right? What are the best salat sunnat that you should start off with? If you have not started any salat sunnat, you are just someone who just do the bare minimum, 5 times prayer, that's it. But now I feel like, it's time I want to do a little bit more. Because I see people, they are very gung-ho. They go straight, I want to do. Wake up in the middle of the night, pray tahajjud. After one night, second night, third night, and then, tough. Don't start with the tough one first. Yes, according to Malaysia. What's the best time? The last quarter, the last third of the night, about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, because the Fajr is a bit early. Yep. So, the best recommended salat that you should start off with is the 2 rakat before Fajr. There's a 2 rakat before Fajr that you should start off with. That you should always pray. What is the reward of doing that? Anyone knows? Sorry? Brother. Big reward. Yes, how big? The Prophet ﷺ told us, whoever prayed 2 rakat before Fajr, the reward is the whole world and everything in it. You get one world. That's how big. 2 rakat only. And the sunnah of praying this 2 rakat is not long. It's short. Some more. Yes, it's short. That's how the Prophet ﷺ, he prays short. 2 rakat short. First rakat he recite Surah Kafirun. Second rakat Surah Ikhlas. That's all. Short and sweet, and you will get the reward of the whole wide world and everything in it, the Prophet ﷺ told us. So don't miss this. So that's what you should start. If you've been praying Fajr 2 rakat, add 2 rakat before that. Before that, pray, add 2 rakat and then pray. What else? Witir. The last salat before you sleep, to close the day. How many rakat? Anyone knows? 3. Everyone say 3. Yes. Majority of the time, the Prophet ﷺ performed 3 rakat. Yes. But you can also pray 1. That's all. Pray 1. The Prophet ﷺ also have pray 1. And when he pray 1 rakat, which surah did he recite? Anyone knows? What surah did he recite? Sorry? La. That is, if he pray 3 rakat, the first is Surah A'la. If he pray 1, Al-Ikhlas. Qul huwallahu ahad. That's all. That's all. Is it difficult to do? Let me ask you. 2 rakat before Fajr, 1 rakat before you sleep. And these 3 rakat, short and sweet. Is it difficult to do? Can you do it today? Inshallah. Bismillah. That's all. You start with this first. If you can, please, once you start, don't stop. Then add more. If you want to add more, we can add more. Then when it comes to the first 10 days of Dhulhijjah, you are ready to go, man. Yeah, you're ready. Yes, brother. Yes. After the adhan, yes. After the adhan, yes, you pray 2 rakat. Then before you pray the fard. Okay? Start today. Don't wait. Because we are less than two weeks entering the first 10 days of Dhulhijjah. So you should do that. Then after that, you want to do more. Perhaps after that, you want to do more. If you want to do more, Come and talk to me. I'll tell you what more you do. After that. What else? Yes, the sister said, generally do good deeds, but what? We want specific things. Because I want you to leave this building knowing what you want to do. We talk about fasting. We talk about giving charity. I even give you website. Praying sunat prayer. I even tell you what to do. What else? I want you to be able to step out from this door and say, I want to start do one thing. You don't have to say, I want to do all. Just pick one. Yes, sister. Sorry? Give food to the poor. Okay. One of the best way to give food to the poor is participate in korban. I give you now. Participate in korban. In udhiyah. Again, you don't have to slaughter yourself. If you have the money, pay. I think the cheapest now, one goat, one sheep is about what in Malaysia? About 900. About that. 900. 1,000. 1,000. One goat is about 1,000. In Malaysia, a bit expensive. If you want to do outside, maybe 700 you can get already, one goat. So participate in korban. And donate the meat to the poor. There are many organizations are doing korban overseas. In Yemen, in Syria, in Uganda, in Tanzania, in Cambodia, in Myanmar. Many poor Muslims countries, when I say poor, these are the countries who, the Muslims, they do not eat meat the whole year long. Okay? Serious. Yes, sister. Okay, the sister asked, is it better to do it here in Malaysia or to do it overseas? Generally speaking, you should help your local first. Generally speaking, okay? You should help your local first. But you have to look at your area also. Perhaps you live in a very rich area, right? Your area, very rich one. They do korban also, they don't know where to give, right? Then maybe you go out a bit. Go out to maybe some Kelantan, Terengganu. They are poor people. So look at how much you can afford, that's one. Number two, look at your locality, look at the local area. Sometimes you only have 700 ringgit. If you were to participate in Malaysia, the cheapest goat is 1,000. You cannot participate. But 700 can pay a goat outside Malaysia, then perhaps it's better for you to do that. So I don't want to say it's better to do it here or overseas, because generally speaking, of course, it's local. If everything stays status quo, you do it in your local. But you have to look at your means as well. How much can you pay? How much you have in your wallet? You have to see first. All right. You do whatever you can. Allah says, فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ. Fear Allah as much as possible. The scholar says, in the matters that which is recommended, in the ibadah that is recommended. So you look at what can you do. If you are multi-millionaire, why do in Malaysia only? Do all lah. One cow Malaysia, one cow Tanzania, one cow there. What's the problem? Come on. Why be stingy? But if you only have 700, perhaps overseas is better. But if you have 950, 1,000, then maybe Terengganu, Kelantan is better, right? I don't know. Look at your situation. Okay? So, perform korban is one of the best way to feed the poor. Okay? Because, really, I'm not kidding. Many Muslims, they have not tasted meat for the whole year. Here in KL, mashallah. Anyone who have not eaten meat for the last 1 month? Perhaps it's your own will, you don't want to eat meat because, because you have high cholesterol, you avoid meat. But because you cannot afford, right? But there are Muslims out there, really they have not tasted meat for the whole year. And this is the time they are waiting for the meat. Right? So if you can help, feed the poor. Yes. Anyone? Anything else? Come on. Yes, sister. Increase your zikir. Yes. Increase your zikir. Yeah, so if you have not done zikir before, you're not used to zikir, right? The remembrance of Allah. By default, after salah, the 5 times prayer, there is a zikir after that. Right? That's one. Number 2, there's a sets of zikir in the morning and in the sets of zikir in the evening. When do you do it? After subuh, after fajr, you do the morning zikir. And after asar, you do the evening zikir. The evening zikir. What are the, you don't know. I don't know, brother, what do you do? Okay, I give you now. I give you. Everyone has a phone, right? A smartphone. Anyone doesn't have a smartphone, raise your hand. No, everyone has a smartphone. Go to your apps. Anyone apps? Go lah, I ask you. Go to your apps now. Go to your apps. Type Hisnul Muslim. Hisnul. Muslim. Go to your apps. I know if you are Apple, it's called App Store. Right? If you're not Apple, then it's what? Hisnul Muslim. Hisnul Muslim. Do you find app like many apps? Do you find that? Download anyone. If you want Malay, got Malay. You want English, got English. Download any one of them. The app is created using this one small book compiled by a sheikh. It's called Hisnul Muslim, the Fortress of Muslim. In English, they call it. This book is to go for everyone. It's a must-have for everyone. I am shocked if you don't have it. Anyone has it? Oh, I'm shocked. Okay, I need to. Everyone must have this book. This book, the Shaykh compiled all the supplications, all the dua from the Prophet ﷺ. From the moment you wake up until you go back to sleep. In a daily life, what should you do? When you wake up, what do you say? Alhamdulillahilladzi ahyana ba'dama amatana wa ilayhi nushur. When you wear your clothes, what do you say? When you go to toilet, what do you say? When you wake wudu, what do you say? In it, if you have downloaded the apps, there's a search for morning supplications or evening supplication. He will list down all the supplications for you. See, now I give you all the tips. You have no excuse already after this. Ha 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 ha. Jeng jeng jeng. Okay? Sister, thank you for bringing this up. So, morning zikir, evening zikir. When do you do this? After Fajr, after Asar. Okay? Do this. You don't know how to read? Click, there's the audio, read for you also. Don't know the meaning? The meanings are there. So now it's up to you. Do or not do? Then other than that, there are many things. When you are depressed, what do you say? When you're happy, what do you say? When you buy a new car, what do you say? When you buy everything. You get married, what do you say? When you want to have intercourse with your spouse, what do you say? Everything. It's all there, the apps. Before you eat, what do you say? After you eat, what do you say? Before you sleep, what do you do? When you attend funeral, what do you do? What do you do? When you visit people who are sick, what do you do? This book will guide you to do good deeds. Yeah. So in the first 10 days, just in case you are visiting someone who is sick, what do you say? Don't just go there, hey, what happened? Hey, why? Like that. What happened to you? How are you feeling? What do you do? Read la dua. Okay? Someone died. Hey, what happened? How old is he? That's what we normally ask, right? What happened? How old is he? How old? Oh, so young already. Oh. That's what we do. Read dua. Read dua. Someone get married. Don't just go there and say, congratulations, tahniah. There's a dua. There's a dua. Do you know that? Read the dua. Someone gave birth. Read dua for the child. Don't go there, oh, congratulations, oh, the baby's so cute. Do that after you read the dua. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but read the dua. Read the dua. I remember I once attended someone's had a newly born. I attended his akikah. I gave him nothing, but a small card only. I gave him a card, and the card has a dua. And at the back of the card is the dua that he should read to me after that. After I read the dua, he will read to me. It's in the app. I remember I gave it to him. I read the dua to him, and he read the dua back to me. He told me, he said, out of all these presents in this table, this present is the best, my brother, he said. Really? Seriously? If you're a Muslim, you don't want anything. You want prayer to your own child. All right. Anyone's a parent here? Yes, sister, you have a question. Reads lots of Quran. Yes. Yes. Just like the last 10 nights of Ramadan, you read Quran. First 10 days of Dhulhijjah, read Quran. Don't leave the Quran. A lot of Muslims, they leave the Quran after Ramadan. They open the Quran after the next Ramadan. So don't leave the Quran. Don't leave the Quran. Pick up the Quran, read. Read. Oh, I'm a revert. I don't know how to read. It's okay, read the translation. Read the meaning. Contemplate about the meaning. Think about why Allah says this. What does Allah want me to do? This ayat. By contemplating about the Quran, is more beneficial. You will gain more and practice whatever you have learned from the Quran. Yes, brother. Correct. Understand? Okay. Okay, so the brother asked, if you have not learned how to read the Quran, which one is better? Should I read the translation meaning or should I recite the translation, which is, Alhamdulillah. It's better to read the translation meaning for you to understand and think about it. Yeah. But at the same time, learn how to read. Learn how to read. But when you learn how to read, even if you struggle, the Prophet ﷺ said, you will be rewarded twice. First, for reading it. Second, for struggling it. Yeah. So it's a motivation for you to learn. Yeah. It's okay. You don't have to read. Not everyone reads like Mishari, Not everyone reads like Mishari. Allah created us in a unique way, every one of us. It may take 10 years for you to learn how to read. It's okay. Don't stop. Don't stop learning. The key word here is continuously learn. Every one of us will be judged comparing your yesterday. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? You will not be judged comparing to another brother. You will be judged like how you were yesterday. Have you improved today? So try, even though you struggle, okay? So yes, recite more Quran. Recite and interact with the Quran. Anything else? Maybe one last one. Then we can have Q&A and break. Any other things? Yes, sister. So for those who participate in Korban, then you're prohibited from cutting your nails and your hair. I talked about this last week. Yes. So you leave your nails and your hair until your udhiyah, your animal is slaughtered. Then you can cut your nails and your hair. Why? Because when you want to participate in the Korban, you are supposed to focus in doing more good deeds. So leaving things that does not concern you, your nails and your hair. Yeah. But what if I have a broken nail? Then you're allowed to cut, no problem. Right? Otherwise it will hurt you, for example. Right? So the trick is cut before the first Dhulhijjah. I don't think you will grow like a vampire within 10 days, right? So this brother, I think you don't worry about your hair, so which is good. You too, mashallah. It's the wisdom of being bold. But you may have to have some issues, so you may have to cut a bit, trim a bit. Right. So that's the hair and the nails, right? Any Q&A before, any questions before we end the session? Any questions from the online?
Any question? I just
No. Let me enjoy my coffee.
say, Assalamu alaikum. Takbir, you have to pray takbir. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilhamd.
Okay.
From 9 to 11, is it? After every faraj.
Sorry?
Every faraj namaz. Takbir, you have to pray 3 times. Takbir, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Okay, so the sister said, doing takbir, yes. Doing takbir. Yeah, you are encouraged to do takbir. Okay, this is a bit of different opinions, but what everyone's agree is from the Eid, from the day of Eid until the end of Tashriq. Yeah, you do takbir. For the man, you takbir loudly. For the woman, you takbir to yourself. Yep. Takbir. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Like how normally people takbir during Raya. Yes, you do takbir. Yeah. Though there are some scholars says also applicable from the first day of Dhulhijjah until Tashriq. Yeah. What is agreed upon is from Eid until Tashriq. Alright, okay. So takbir, yes, you should do takbir also. Any other questions?
There are 2 questions from online just came in.
Okay, sure.
Okay, the first question from online. Can I partially finance the funerals of my non-Muslim parents when the time comes? Or is this considered participating in the ritual?
Can I, what's the question? Can I financially sponsor the funeral of my...
Not your Muslim parents.
Or the non-Muslim parents?
Yeah.
Is this considered participating in the rituals?
Yeah,
you mean? Okay, so the question is, can I financially sponsor the funeral of a non-Muslim funeral? Can I financially do that? This is a bit tricky. Does it consider participating in the rituals? Technically speaking, yes. If you are directly sponsoring, yes. But if you are not directly sponsoring, then it's permissible. Yeah. But if you're directly sponsoring, yes, you are considered participating the rituals. Yeah. So I would avoid such things. Yeah. Don't directly participate. Any other? What about the second question?
Okay, last one. Is the reward for performing korban in Mecca the same as performing korban in Malaysia?
Is performing the korban in Mecca the same as performing korban outside of Mecca? Okay, perhaps that should be the question. For those who do not know, the Prophet ﷺ actually told us the reward in Mecca for doing good things and compared to outside of Mecca is different. Right? In Mecca, anyone knows what is the multiplier? Anyone knows? Sorry? Huh? What's the question? The performing an ibadah in Mecca comparing to performing an ibadah outside of Mecca, what is is it the same? 1,000 times. What about 100,000? Do we have anything higher than that? Sorry? Medina is 1,000. Anyone has different opinion? Anyone are here? Correct, the brother is correct. In Mecca is 100,000 times multiplier. In Medina is 1,000. What about there's a third place? In Al-Aqsa. Al-Aqsa is how many? Anyone knows? 500. Right? We have 100,000, 1,000 and 500. So in general, if you perform an ibadah in Mecca, then yes, your ibadah will be multiplied 100,000 times. Yes. See, and this is why there are the people who perform Hajj or Umrah. You want to be you don't want to miss all the prayers there. Yeah, But yes, the sister. Sorry.
Assalamualaikum. Sheikh, I have a question. For Eid al-Adha, the leader of the family should actually do a qurban, correct?
The sorry, what? The who?
The head of the family should actually do udiyah, qurban, correct? For the family. Each household, one animal, for example, or one part or whatever. Correct, Sahih?
No, you continue first. I will answer.
So my question now is, if the head of the family do it, but the member is doing it, would he or she, be doing the udiyah for herself or for the whole of the household?
Okay, let me repeat the question. So if the head of the household, for example, the husband is doing udhiyah, is doing qurban, for a cow, for example, does the prohibition of cutting the hair and the nails applicable for everyone?
No, that's not the question.
Okay.
The question is this: each household is encouraged to do udhiyah, to do a qurban, a slaughter, correct? Now, the responsibility is on the leader of the family. That's the husband, for example, or the father of the family. But in certain circumstances, you have perhaps the wife doing it. For example, this is an example, the wife doing it. So if the wife contributes to, without the knowledge of the husband, contributes to the udhiyah, would the udhiyah be for the family or for herself alone?
Okay. There are many parts of this question, so let me answer in a different way. First of all, there's no such thing as it is the responsibility of the head of the family to do the udhiyah for the whole family. This qurban can be done by anyone. Meaning, I'm the husband, or I'm the father, I can do only for me. My wife can also do one for her. My children can also participate and do one for them. There's no it's wajib for me, I must do for my whole family. There's no such thing. You can do it for anyone. Okay, that's one. That's the beginning. That's the beginning.
Another question following.
No, I haven't finished yet. Because you have other. Yeah. So can the husband or the father do it for him and for the rest of the family? Yes, he can also do that. Just like the Prophet ﷺ, he has done it. When he slaughter for him, for his family members, and he also slaughter for one goat for him, for his family, and for his ummah who cannot afford to do it. So one goat for so many people, he can do that also. There's no problem. Just like your question said, can the wife do it without the husband's knowledge? Yes, she can also participate and say, I want to do this for me, for my household as well. So everyone gets a reward. No problem. There is no problem on it. But there is the difference here. The difference is, if you participate in this, meaning like you pay and you want to get a goat, right? you participate, you said, I want to slaughter this goat for me and for my husband and for the whole family, then the prohibition applies to you as well. You cannot cut your hair, you cannot cut your fingernails. But for example, if your husband is doing it and he intend to do it for you and for him and for his whole family, then the prohibition only applicable for him only. You don't have to refrain from cutting your nails and your hair, but you will get the reward from it, inshallah. That's the difference between that. Either there's one is you participate, one is someone is doing it on behalf of you, meaning like also you will get the reward from it. So that's the two difference. You understand?
Okay,
Does it answer
yes,
your question?
Jazakallah khairan, Sheikh. Just a question following that. If we want to do Qurban for our mother,
your mother, okay.
We want to do Qurban for our mother, but we don't want to inform them.
Okay.
So we should be informing them, is it? Because they need to not cut their nails, cut their hair.
No.
Can we keep it a secret from them?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, your mother, I'm guessing, is still alive.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You can do it. You don't have to inform them.
So
they don't have to.
So the prohibitions, they do not have to observe the prohibitions.
Of course, they don't have to. They are not even if they know, they don't have to, because they are not participating. You are just doing it for them only. You understand? They are not participating. You are paying for it. You are the one who do it for them. They did not participate.
Okay, Jazakallah khair.
Yeah. Yes, brother. You have a question. Okay. No. Dhulhijjah. Yes, that's the first thing we talk about. Yes. And yes. Time's up. Okay. So we have to stop, unfortunately. If you have any follow-up question, we can talk outside this room, inshallah. One last question online. Okay, from online. Can we do Korban for the disease? Okay, last week we talked about that. Okay, never mind, I give a short answer. Can we do Korban for someone who passed away? If you are doing it, there are a few categories here. If you are doing it to include them, yes. That's just like the Prophet ﷺ have done it. He slaughtered for him and for his family. At that time, his family, some of them already passed away. So if you're doing it and then you want to include them, yes. But if you want to do it just for them, for example, you slaughter a goat just for them, then it depends. If it's a wasiyah, I think we talked about this, if it's a will, meaning like he asks you to do it, if I pass away, just in case something happened to me, please do a Korban for me, then yes, you can do it. But if he did not say this, then you still want to do this, we don't have any evidence that the Prophet has done this before, yeah, or even the Sahaba. Yeah. So we don't know. So we should refrain from it. Okay? I hope this class is beneficial and prepare all of you or all of us for the best 10 days of the Dhulhijjah of the year. You have another question? Okay. Can we give the meat to the non-Muslim? Yes, you can. No problem. There is no issue about that. You can give any. Sorry? I would give cooked meat lah. But okay, there is a adab to give. There's a manners to give the non-Muslim. First of all, ask them if they take beef or not. What if they're Buddhist? They don't take beef, right? Then you give them, you offend them. They're Hindu, they don't take beef. They offend them. So ask them specifically, do they take beef or not? Okay, that's the first. If they take, then you ask them, you prefer raw or cook? If they say cook, then you cook for them. Normally people prefer cook. I normally that's what I would do. You have to be careful with you don't want to offend them. Yeah, a lot of non-Muslim, they don't take beef. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.